Hey my loves, it's Mark from Not Defining. So first of all, I'm not going to uphold any stereotypes. Bisexual people don't go around dating couples all the time. However, this bisexual does. No, I'm joking. Some people like to date couples, and I'm one of them. And today, I just want to give you my perspective on why. So I'm going to dive right in. The first thing to say is that as a bi person, I am attracted to many different genders. Okay, and for so much of my life, I was one of those bi people who was like, I am monogamous, and just because I'm bisexual, it doesn't mean that I want to get with couples or have threesomes. And then later on in my life, I was like, actually, no, I do. And once again, it doesn't mean that this has anything to do with my bisexuality, but it allows me to actually have an amazing interaction with two people of two different genders. Now, I want to say at this point that I'm not just talking about kind of male-female couples. Actually, I've had crushes on many different varieties, let me tell you. 2 guys, 2 girls. I currently have a crush on a trans non-binary couple. Anyway, so it's just more, right? That's the first thing. It's just more. And it's really, really exciting for somebody like me who has an expansive, kind of diverse range of attractions. To have 2 in the same situation is electrifying. The next thing I would say is, because I am myself non-binary, so I kind of have a bit of a diverse range of feelings and thoughts about my own gender and the role that I play as a masc, femme, neutral, fluid person. Having 2 people to kind of interact with means that there's 2 different energies. And that means that I can let go of having to play a role. You know, if I'm with a girl or if I'm with a guy or whatever, I often feel, okay, well, that's their energy and therefore this is my role. Yeah, that's their role, or that's their gender, and therefore this is my gender and this is my role. With a couple, I don't have to do that. And it's actually amazing because I can just relax and just play off the energy and just be there in the wholeness of myself. So for someone who's kind of gender diverse, it's a real exploration and an adventure of who I am and how I interact and connect with those other people. So I love it. By the way, if you are interested in dating couples, if you are dating in the queer world, or you have any other questions about dating or love life or being bisexual, anything like that, come and join our Patreon. It's patreon.com/notdefining. You can meet other people just like you. You can get mentoring, Q&A from me, and we would love to see you. The next thing I love about interacting with couples is that not only do you get their interaction with you, but you also get their interaction together, and that can add this amazing element that you wouldn't get when you're just with one person. You know, actually observing their love, their connection, their sexuality is amazing in and of itself. As a bi person, and I'm sure people of all orientations have this, let me know in the comments if you do. I always have this thing where if I'm attracted to someone, I think, okay, would I like to be with them, or would I like almost like a fantasy of them being with someone else? And that idea would actually be pleasurable to me as well. It's not always you in the picture, right? So when I'm with a couple, it's like, oh my gosh, I get to have that observation here as part of it, and they're with me as well. So it's quite overwhelming sometimes, but I really, really love to see that interaction between them as well as with me. The next thing that I really like about couples is that in my experience, they tend to be people who are quite open-minded. Not always, but normally. And I really, really love that, being a queer person, being somebody who is quite outside of the norm. I really appreciate people who have done the thinking about sexuality, about gender, about intimacy, about connection. And I find that much, much, much better to be with, because you're not going to so easily run into those kind of cliches and those stereotypes and those expectations, which really don't work for me. So I love the open-mindedness of most couples who are open to that. The next thing that I really, really love is that because I'm on the asexual spectrum, and because I've had quite a lot of trauma in my life connected with relationships, I'm also a disabled person. I'm a neurodivergent person, and I have often struggled with connection. And so actually having a couple means that you don't have all of the expectations placed on you of being in a relationship. They've got each other, right? They are a unit, and you can kind of dip in and out as you please. And that, for me, particularly at this stage of my life, is really great. Because I don't necessarily feel comfortable always in that expectation of like, oh, you're dating someone, therefore you must X, Y, Z, you've got to be responsible for them, you've got to like always be contacting them, like you're their person, right? With a couple, you're not their person because they've got their person. So it's just a lot more flexible and feels much more comfortable, and I really, really love that. And the final thing, and this is kind of my favorite thing, it's a bit silly, but it's kind of true. There is nothing like having the attention of two people on you. It makes me feel so special to be the center of attention. I'm a Leo star sign, so maybe that's why. I'm also a YouTuber, so maybe I love attention. But really in my everyday life, I'm actually not that confident. I'm quite shy. So having that attention on you is amazing. If you think about how good it feels when an attractive person is into you, imagine that times 2. It's just amazing. And what often happens if they are a couple is that, you know, they've been together for a while, so you're like the new person, right? You're the exciting person. You're like this new element that has come into the relationship. So they are focused on you, and it makes me feel really, really special. So what do you think? Have you ever been with couples? Would you like to be with couples? What do you think about what I've said? Do you have other things that you like, or maybe things that you don't like? Maybe you've tried it and it hasn't gone well. Let me know in the comments. I would love, love, love to know. If you want me to answer your comments as a priority with lots of detail, then click join and I will answer you straight away. You will also be supporting my channel, which I would be so, so, so grateful for. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to hear more about polyamory and just the basics around it, then check out this video here. Otherwise, I will speak to you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.